Hello everybody, my name is David, or you can call me Rev, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last episode, we have finally discovered a tool that can help us deal with the Telophary and be able to actually maybe dismantle these towers once for all. It's the use of a magic talisman. This time, we are going to keep going and kind of working with the alchemists over in the Great Work and see what we can do from there. Right now, they have us kind of playing errand boy and trying to get some materials from the Giant Skull. Ironically called Giant Skull. Aye, this is indeed the Giant Skull grounds. I am Zenuha. Is there something you require? Yeah, I need some Giant Skull. Giant Skull for the alchemists, you say? But of course, they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower and insist the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here you are, a sack of the purest Giant Skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. So I'm guessing the rest that they use for like bartering and trade. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the Great Work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Alright, so to the Giant's Work we go, and if you guys remember, we do have a teleport point there now. Just make sure while we're TPing that we're going there. Yes, we are. I just want to make sure because sometimes, you know, we be TPing to different places and then they realize that that's not entirely the place that we're supposed to be going. The thing that's concerning me, though, is in the last episode, it was just revealed that Van Daniel might have some interest in kind of interfering with our little plans here. But we won't know that for certain until a little bit later. Ah, welcome back, Vendor. There, I hope you have the Giant Skull? Of course. Well, what wouldn't I be useful for if I didn't have any more Giant Skull? Oh my, such fine specimen. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype. Well, that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it's ready, it will be time for a true test. So please take your ease while you can. I keep expecting tomorrow when I keep hearing this song. I thought that alchemist was Ryanje at first. I'm just saying. So the breeze must feel nice.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well. You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed.
To be fair, it's the end of the world.
I've never been one
us.
for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
To be fair, you got poked and prodded.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
I don't think there needs to be an answer, though.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Van Daniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
To be fair, that's it. That was the Aether Sickness talking. Let's be real here.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear.
I have to agree with
Vengeance
Listening instead
is
there.
nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
I guess that makes us wonder what Fandaniel's really feeling
That
on the
about
inside,
sums
right?
it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
I agree.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Yeah? Oh! He was just looking? Homie! Homie was just sitting
What
there
is
like
it?
eavesdropping.
What did you see?
Just saw Fandaniel just looking at us. Like he was just chilling.
Daniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
We should probably rush over to them and like protect them. Like just as an emergency precaution, because we're like pretty far from them. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were all heading over here.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
All right.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
So, Neha, are you going to be the one
Should
to
the
test it
scale prove
yourself?
effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
I feel like one of them's gonna have fun just knocking Nirvana senseless. Justinian just kind of just poke, just like not even like actually poking her with the spear, just bonk, bonk, bonk. This is what my brain thinks about, you know.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Oh, look at that smile!
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
I see.
But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
For the sake of everybody, you know?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fandaniel's like making me nervous.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Yep. All right, so it's about time we go on ahead and test our warding talisman. I think the easiest thing to do is probably go on ahead and meet you guys all the way over yonder at the outpost. I really hope that this works because who knows how much more effort these will take. Because obviously we're probably like, you know, the fruit of it, everything. But anyways, I'll meet you guys there in a moment. All right, it's time to go ahead and see how this test is gonna go. I already made it over here to Nadhana, so let's see. This is a rather final growth than I expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is the board and be on our way, and of course, should I become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, pray doesn't come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind. Perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. All right. This almost sounds like it should be an instance, but there hasn't been like that instance glowy light that most other FFs have.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working!
How long is it gonna hold, though?
And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
I'm kind of nervous about if they're gonna send a monster out after us. That's my problem. This is stressing me out. I don't like how close we are.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
Oh, no, the shield's stressing me out.
A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be
I'm so
everything we
nervous.
hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What? Ah!
All right, well, yes, that wasn't entirely what I was expecting to happen, but I think this makes the most sense that this would be something that would happen. Wait, is this the first dungeon? Dang, those chains yeeted her. Oh my god. Oh no, we're about to see what actually happens to somebody who's like...
Oh, there we go! Oh, there we go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
I knew it.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Dang. Just like everybody else.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
It took me a second. I can't believe I even forgot about the kidnappings. Patrons of old?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days.
The original one
theoretically
with...
speaking.
Okay.
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Mm-hmm.
At your service. Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation, slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon.
Okay, I thought it was Ande.
No matter
Okay.
how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
Seems like everything's gets a little fuzzy after that, but oh my goodness.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
I still feel so bad, but we know if one thing's for certain, the warding skill works. And if we can get into like a mass production phase, then we'll finally be able to enter these towers. So I guess the best we can do for right now is head back to everybody and then figure out what to do from there. Ah, you've returned, but where's Mistress Nahana? Many up to serve. Just when we succeed in making the talisman, I must report this at once. Please, meanwhile, return the great work. And that we shall. Let's get back over there as soon as we can. That was a lot of like exposition and information though. Holy crap. Everyone who I've spoken to about this expansion so far has said that they've literally done such a good job with like tying up every loose end. It's crazy. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you want to do more, but you were right to return here first. You must tread warily lest we endanger Hana and the other captives. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Hana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. God, I feel so bad. I was actually really liking Nidana. This is like Tesleen for me all over again. I really like Tesleen and they got wrecked. Oh, Nidana. Can you please answer me this? Though Nidana's trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? As far as I was informed. Then we must make warding skills, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This, Nidhana proved at peril to herself. So let's make more scales, and that and she and all those who we're taking might be saved. Hi, as alchemists, this is how we will help to win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you might require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Aeors and visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nitana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creations. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And if so, if it's agreeable, will you not accompany me to Ratzat-Han for his audience with His Excellency? I definitely stumbled over my words there. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be benefit to us all. Then it's settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. So, we know what we have to do next, and I think that this is actually a fantastic place to end off this episode. We got a lot of story done, and a lot of information done. Learned a lot more about the Sundered Ascians, Fandaniel included. So, next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, we are going to go on ahead and head over and meet the ruler, the satrap of Ratzat-Han. So, I'll see you guys all in the next one.